Antisocial Butterfly Podcast. We are here to inspire dreams and help you spread your wings to fly. Baby girl, it's okay to be shy. But now it's time to kiss fear goodbye.
Hi guys, this is Lissy Correa. Welcome back to another episode of Antisocial Butterfly Podcast. Here we are once again with a festival-inspired look. My feed right now is filled with Coachella. Everyone I feel is there except for little old me. Of course, I get inspired by seeing the fashion, the makeup, the looks, and so here we are with a festival-inspired look. I am going to a show tonight, and I was going to do a simple look, but hey, I knew I was going to record a podcast today. I knew I was going to talk about Coachella and I was going to talk about the festival mayhem that happened. Here we are with the festival inspired look. Of course, rhinestones and gems, green graphic eyeliner. You know Revolution Beauty, those graphic liners, I've been talking about them. They've been super amazing. I was able to do this beautiful graphic eyeliner look. Graphic eyeliners, it's what's popping right now. So I said, let me go ahead and do a fun little look. I haven't done my makeup in a few days. So glad I have my headphones back. I felt a little weird not having them on the last episode, but my hair did not allow me to have those on. As you can see, I don't have my braids on anymore. Super sad. I did take them off. It was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I watched a video on YouTube and I'm like, okay, I got this. It was getting, as you guys know, a little bit past my time. My natural hair was coming out of my braids and I can only hide it for so long. That's why I had my two buns. I had to take it out. And I was interested to see how my natural hair, how it looked underneath. Did it grow? How dirty it was? How it was going to turn out after removing the braid. And here we are. Here is my hair. It grew. It's still drying right now. I got out of the shower, didn't do anything too crazy. I just did some big waves. I just let it air dry. Two green clips, of course, to match the eyeshadow look. I am obsessed with this eyeshadow look. It is super fun and quick to do once you get the hang of it. If you know how to do a cat eyeliner, really all it is learning how to do that line on top, and practice makes progress, not perfection. Try it out. It's super fun. You can try it with different colors. I just tried it here with some green, and we popped some green gems in the inner corner and outer corner. These gems I love. I found that on Amazon, and they already have an adhesive on the gem. It's a good idea, though, to still put glue because securing it with glue will make sure that whatever you put on your face when it comes to gems and rhinestones will be there till the end of the night. This was inspired, of course, by Coachella. Festivals is everywhere. Well, mainly Coachella is everywhere. Did you guys hear about the drama that happened at Coachella? So, of course, apparently I have been living under a rock. I haven't been to Coachella in quite some time. And there is another party that goes on during Coachella, and I don't know if it's on weekend 2, but it's for sure on weekend 1, and this is called Revolve. Revolve is a company. They sell clothing. I don't know what else they sell, but here we are because of this drama that happened, and because of this drama that unfolded on weekend 1, here I am. I know about Revolve. I heard this story first on Fool's coverage with Manny MUA and Laura Lee. They go into deep detail about what happened because they went to Coachella, they went to Revolve. There's also Electric Carnival. I think the carnival is called Electric Carnival. There's 2 of those events that happened during Coachella. So they happened to go to both and they shared their experience. There is no transportation to get there. There's no internet signal. So to request an Uber, it's not going to happen. If you want to check out that story about their experience going to Coachella and going to those parties, go check out their podcast, Fool's Coverage. It's one of my favorite podcasts. I did mention them a few episodes ago. Love it. Been following them for years, and they talk about influencer world, and they've been part of the influencer industry for many years, and they've been part of brand trips. They know influencers, so they know the scoop. They were invited to go to Coachella, and they had the artist pass. That is super cool. You cannot pay to get these artist pass. You actually have to get invited and hand selected to get these passes. Super cool that they were able to get these passes. So what's super cool about an artist pass compared to a general admission? Well, for sure, I know they have different bathrooms. Those bathrooms at Coachella, oof. So when I heard about certain stories and experiences that people had this year, it made me second guess going to Coachella. Maybe not the whole 3 days, maybe only one day. But I remember those bathrooms in the festival was disgusting. Yeah, you did not want to go there, but you had no other choice to go to the bathroom. So if you have a artist pass, of course you have a different section, different bathrooms, cleaner bathrooms, and you also have different vendors for food. What I also found out about the artist pass, and that they also shared on the episode, is that there's a section for the artists, celebrities, section right behind or off to the side where you can actually see the artist who is performing. So you have a greater view. You don't have to push around and find a great spot to see the artist. You have a section dedicated to see the performer. Okay, so Revolve. What happened at Revolve? Revolve puts its own little thing together. It has like a carnival theme. You could play games for people who love taking pictures. It's just a super cool place to take photos. They have performers, they have music. But what I've heard is that this place is just for the elite. For celebrities, you have to be invited to this. So Manny and Laura Lee share that it was a mission to get even a car to get to this thing. They had to pay almost $300 to get to this place, and it took time to get a vehicle. So finally, when they got a vehicle, they paid $300. They get to the place, but there was a big line. There was a huge line for people who were trying to get to the venue, which doesn't make sense to me, because if you know how many people you've invited, if you know how many people are coming, you have some sort of system that, okay, we're going to let so many people in increments so that by the time it's a certain time, everybody's in, everyone's having a good time. You want everyone to have a good experience. I think it's important for everyone to have a good experience, not just when they're in the venue. So I hate when people disregard that or forget that, and people should not have to wait hours in line. I mean, this is in the sun, in the heat. Probably they're not provided water. And so you can imagine the people are being frustrated by just even waiting a couple of minutes. Even 5 minutes could seem like 30 minutes in the heat and sun. So there was an adventure to even get to the venue, right? You had to get some sort of shuttle, you had to get a taxi, you had to get an Uber. Well, good luck with finding that, because there was no service. And if you did have service and you were able to get an Uber, they were charging you an arm and a leg. They noticed that people are waiting in line. People are waiting hours. There's a lot of TikTok videos out there of people sharing their experience of waiting for Revolve. These were influencers who were actually invited to this event. Just imagine being invited to this event. You get an email, you get some sort of invite. You're confirmed, you're good. You think everything is solid. You get in line and you wait for like 6 hours. I don't know if any of you out there would wait that long, but I know I would not. If at most 1 hour and we're still not in, bye-bye. Life is too precious. Life is too short. I mean, get it together. I want to know why this is happening at the same time with Coachella. Like, so many questions came in my mind when I heard the podcast. I wasn't aware of this until this Coachella, when they were sharing the crazy stories that happened to these influencers and people who were waiting in line for this. I watched a YouTube video of a girl who shared stories about Coachella, and she shared multiple stories of different people who were there. One girl in particular, I felt bad for her. She waited so long, came from Washington or came from a different state, and because she came only for this, she waited for a long time and she didn't even get in. So I was like scratching my head. I'm like, what happened where it's like you were inviting these people to come and travel and spend money on hotel, or even if you're paying for the whole thing, but you know who's coming, you invited this group of people, and yet they are waiting hours to the point where they're not able to get in. I heard that this is being compared to like the Frye Festival. That's crazy. So Revolve, I think, is about 15 minutes away from Coachella. So you had to get picked up from Coachella, then get dropped to a shuttle spot, where then this shuttle spot took you to the actual place where they were having the party. So there was drama leaving Coachella, and once you left Coachella to get to the shuttle bus area was also very chaotic. 3 different lines, and apparently one line was not taking anybody while the other 2 lines were taking people. And so the other line that was not getting picked up, of course, they're like, what the heck? That's not fair. Asking people while they're waiting hours and hours in line, and here people are walking into the other lines that are getting picked up and they're only waiting a few minutes. I would get pissed off as well. A flashback came to my mind when we went to Coachella and we had to wait for the shuttles. But I remember when you were leaving the venue, that was such a pain in the butt to leave and to wait for a shuttle because it seemed hours that you were waiting there to get picked up. So I felt bad for those people that did have to wait hours. Hopefully they were providing people water and some sort of mist in the heat because man, being out there in the Coachella heat or in the desert is not a fun place to wait in line. It's not all that it appears to be when you go to festivals, right? People only share the good stuff. I mean, if I were to go, I'm not going to share me waiting in line, well, maybe after, right? Because that's where you get these stories of people of their after, of their experiences, of the bad experiences that they had, which is super awesome that they do that because you get a feel of really what these are. And if people wouldn't share these stories, these companies would never improve or never would realize what's going on. So sometimes it takes multiple voices to come together to really make a message heard. And hopefully Revolve has seen the stories and has heard them. I always assume good intent in people, and I know with businesses especially, it costs money when they do bad decisions. This, I know they didn't put together to make themselves look bad, so it just ultimately it happened, and so it does matter how a company comes forward when something doesn't go right. And so this is a great opportunity for Revolve to show up to their customers, to show to the influencers who were there, because ultimately the influencers are also customers. And that is a good tip to never forget if you're someone in business is everyone is your customer, your employees are your customers, your families are your customers, not just the consumers. So you have to remember that everyone is your customer. Treat everyone with respect, treat everyone with kindness, go above and beyond with everyone. That will help your business tremendously. Immediately felt bad for Revolve. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? What have they said anything? I don't know. Will they say anything? All I know is that all these stories are coming out from different people who were there, from people who were waiting in line, and people who were not waiting in line. They were being told stories from people who were waiting in line and how long they waited in there. That needs to be changed. Hopefully they do change that. But I mean, they made a name for themselves, right? I mean, I didn't know about the company until I heard about these stories. So I'm like, oh, who is Revolve? Now everyone knows about Revolve. So this makeup look is inspired by Coachella. Although the drama happened and unfolded, I still love to look at the fashion and the makeup. That will never, ever, ever, ever stop. I love, even if I don't go, checking out the artist who is performing. This year I did check out some of the performers that they were able to showcase through Coachella's YouTube page. So Coachella this year, they were able to broadcast their performances through YouTube live, and I was able to see some of their performers, which is super cool. The Marias, I was able to discover them, love them, beautiful, angelic voice. If you ever are curious what is Coachella about and want to get a little vibe or taste of it, go to their YouTube page. They have a YouTube page dedicated to videos so you can see the performances, and they have interviews, have a drone that goes throughout the venue. It definitely does a good job portraying how Coachella is. I did appreciate a video that I saw when I was looking at Coachella live performances, and they interviewed someone who has been to Coachella since like 2003. In his room all over the wall, he has different Coachellas and has all the lineup of different years. That's why I love Coachella. On top of seeing the headliner, I love discovering up and coming artists that are going to be big, and I have the chance to see them at Coachella. So that is something fun I love to do. Even if you're not going to Coachella or never want to go to Coachella, but you love discovering different kinds of artists or music, I definitely recommend just checking out the lineup. Start from the bottom and just go through the list. It's a super cool way to check out different music and different artists that you never would have checked out otherwise. Can we say that the trends for Coachella have definitely changed during the years? I checked out what the people were wearing this year, and I'm like, this is very different than what I wore during Coachella when I went. It was a bohemian vibe when I went to Coachella. It was about flower crowns. It was all about loose curls, flower crowns, bohemian princess. And now, fast forward time, Coachella is Y2K, cutouts, almost bikini style clothing. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just so interesting to see the trends and how they change. You know, I'm all about trends and I'm all about adapting. I've noticed with the hair, it's all about colored braids. I want to know how to do that. I mean, the braids that I had before, I will never learn how to do, but I think I can figure out how to do simple braid looks with colored braids. It's super trendy, super fun to do. If I can learn an easy way to switch up my look with different colored braids, why not? Do you guys like the current trend of Coachella, or do you guys miss how the trends were before? Maybe we can combine the two. That can be a look. Comment below if you know your favorite influencers or people that you loved how they dressed up for Coachella. I have a few of my own. It's super interesting how fashion trends have affected how people dress to Coachella. Back then, Coachella was all about bohemian princess. Now it's all about Y2K. It's Y2K vibes. We have a festival that we have confirmed because we bought the tickets. We have bought the tickets for Skankfest. I hear the applause, the hoorays. Yes, we bought them. I'm so excited. It's official. We were super sad because the first time that they went on sale, we were not able to get the tickets. They sold out in seconds. So we knew coming in April that we needed to do a different game plan. And we did. We got the tickets. Super excited. So Skankfest is happening in October. For those that don't know what Skankfest is, if you love comedy, check out Skankfest. You're going to love it. They have comedy of all types, different performers. They have different shows as well on top of comedy. It's just a comedy festival. So it's going to happen here in Vegas. They've had it throughout the United States, and now it's happening in Las Vegas, in our hometown. We're super excited. It's going to be in the old part of Vegas, and we're trying to get a hotel so that we have the convenience of just waking up and being in the venue and just getting ready. It's just so easy to do that. You don't have to drive home and go back to the venue. So this festival is 3 days. It's going to be here sooner than you know it. Skankfest is coming to Las Vegas this fall. That is right. October 14th through the 16th. After a successful movement of Skankfest out of New York. Yes, that is where they started. This festival started in New York. And to the south of last year. We went to the one in Houston as well. That was a fun festival. The comedy festival is further expanding in 2022 by taking the show on the road again. Comedian Louis J. Gomez, who originated the festival, took to Instagram to share a poster of their newest venture, Skankfest Vegas. Anyone out on the coast who has been wanting to hit up the annual festival but wasn't able to make it out to New York or Texas, your time has come. Well, if you wanted to go, too late. Tickets are sold out. But there is always next year. And we are, of course, going to show you guys all about our experience. My husband, Freddie, and I were able to share our experience when we went to Skankfest in Texas. And I have that on YouTube. So make sure you check out that episode. We were able to share all about it. Out of all places that they could have chose next, we were super excited that it was going to happen in Vegas. So there you go. We are going for sure, guys. If there's any listeners out there that are going to be going, let me know. Of course, I'm already thinking about my outfits for Skankfest. I'm like, okay, it's happening in October. It's going to be a little cold, a little hot. What are we going to wear? It's official. The tickets are bought. A hotel, we're going to buy it. We have some friends that are coming. We're going to link up with some friends as well from New York that we haven't seen. We're going to link up with some friends from the West Coast, from the East Coast that are coming to Vegas for this festival. So it's super fun thinking about that. I can't wait. The countdown has officially begun. I wanted to take this moment to give a special birthday shout out to none other than our special friend and supporter, Maribel. Maribel is the CEO of MARIBELCOSMETICS. I had the pleasure of interviewing Maribel on episode 50. Check out episode 50. We get to learn how she started the business. She has lashes, and we talk about the names of each lashes and how she came up with the name of each lash. Since the interview, she has expanded what she sells now with her cosmetic line, and I'm super thrilled that now we work together. I have a discount code. She not only sells lashes now, she now has expanded, and now she has lipsticks, which I am obsessed about. Most of my recent photos have been with her lipsticks. I love her lipsticks. I love the color range. I love how they feel on my lips when I put them on. They're very nourishing. They don't dry out my lip. I don't like when I wear a matte lipstick and they dry my lips. I already suffer from dry lips. I live in Nevada, one of the driest places in the United States. So hello. We need a product that is not going to dry out anything on our skin, especially on my lips. And her lipstick products are amazing. They don't do that. So check out Maribel Cosmetics. Make sure you use code Lizzy15. If you do, you're going to save some money at checkout. So Maribel, we wish you a happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday to you. You are amazing. I am so thankful that we came across each other, and you've been such an amazing supporter and a good friend. And thank you so much for your beautiful creations and for me able to work with you. It's been an amazing opportunity. Also super grateful of the chance that we were able to have to connect during the interview. So thank you, Maribel. Thank you so much. You are amazing. So I'm excited about the show that I'm going to go tonight. So I'm going to a show tonight called Vagina Monologues. Yes, the Vagina Monologues. I had never heard about this play. So I'm going to a show tonight called the Vagina Monologues. Yes, you've heard it right. The Vagina Monologues. I had never heard about this before, but I was invited by someone and I was super intrigued to go. I invited a really good friend of mine last minute and she was down to go. I love my friends who are spontaneous just like me. So with the Vagina Monologues, you're wondering, what the heck is this about? I thought the same thing. I'm like, what am I getting myself into? Looked up what this is about and it's a play. It's a play that was written in 1996 by Eve Ensler, which started in Broadway in New York. So now I'm going to check out a play. Ooh, I love plays. So a really nice person named Stephanie, who I met at the comedy club, invited me to this because she is going to be part of the show. Stephanie and I connected right away. She has a great personality. The night that we met, we had great conversation. So we added each other on Instagram and she promoted that she was going to be part of this show. And I'm like, whoa, super cool. That's so awesome. She's like, you should totally go. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to go. I totally want to see you perform. I'm so impressed by Stephanie's bio, by the way. I'm like, oh my gosh, you do this and this and this. Check this out, guys. So this is her Instagram, and she is an actor, singer, children's author, musician, and yoga therapist. Amazing, amazing. If we are lucky, we are going to have Stephanie on the podcast. We're going to ask all these questions, get to know about her and how she became part of the show, and also to share you guys my experience of how the show was. So to give you guys a little bit understanding of what the show is about. So this play explores consensual and non-consensual sexual experiences, body image, genital mutilation, direct and indirect encounters with reproduction, vaginal care, menstrual periods, prostitution, and several other topics through the eyes of women with various ages, races, sexualities, and other differences. So I'm super excited, first of all, just to see Stephanie do her thing. She's going to kill it, I know. So this is the information that I have about the show. We'll see how it goes. What I love about the show is that it's all about women empowerment, supporting women doing their best. The show, The Vagina Monologues, is supporting a nonprofit organization, which is Dress for Success. This is an awesome organization which supports women be financially independent by providing a network of support. They give them clothes to be successful in interviews. And I read also that they help them with development tools to help them be the women that they want to thrive in work and in life. Who does not want to support something like that? That is awesome. I love hearing about any business, any organization that supports women. That's what we're about here in this podcast, is supporting women, supporting each other to thrive and be the best versions of ourselves. Every day for the longest time, the thoughts in my mind was telling me things over and over that I couldn't do. When in reality, I could do it, but it became a fact in my mind because I just kept repeating this sentence over and over and over. It's all about now creating a different narrative in our minds. And it starts with telling yourself different things over and over and over, and then surrounding yourself with good people who are going to lift you up and generally support you and who generally love you. And if you don't have that network, it's out there. You just have to find it. It should be easy for you to find a group of women, a group of people that love you and support you. But life doesn't make that easy sometimes. But there's good people out there. There's good people who are waiting with open arms to take you in. And it starts with just finding people who have similar interests like you. With Antisocial Butterfly and this community that we're building, if you're looking for a positive community, I hope you found one here. The foundation is built on love and positivity and respect. And that has to start with you first. You have to love yourself, and that takes time. Trust me, I know that takes time. And this is still a journey that I'm trying to do with myself, is love myself, respect myself, forgive myself, being gentle on myself, have mercy on myself when I make mistakes. When the past tries to come back in my head and tries to tell myself I'm not worthy of things, I need to shut that off. I can't control them coming to my mind, but I can control how long they stay there. Do you guys recognize this sign right here? Comment below if you recognized this logo before I even announce what this is. If you are a true makeup fan, you know. You know. So if we're going to be manifesting, I'm going to be manifesting that one day I'm going to be working with this brand. I'm going to be working with also her daughter's brand. That is a clue right there. So this is Anastasia Beverly Hills. My manifestation, see, I'm visualizing it. We're going to be working together. Okay, there we go. We're going to talk about on the future episode the importance of visualization and affirmations. Yes, girl. We're about that life right here. So I bought some brushes. I fell in love with this makeup artist. She does beautiful, breathtaking makeup looks that make my mouth drop. I'm just like, whoa. The talent, she is goals. I came across her work through a photo, went through her Instagram, immediately followed her, saw her content, ran across a live. And one of these lives, I fell in love with her makeup. During the live, she shows the makeup brushes that she used. And you know, I got the makeup brushes. I had to get the makeup brushes. She made it look so easy. The colors blended so beautifully. Yes, it's about the palette sometimes, but sometimes it's about the tools that you use. So of course, I'm going to show you the brushes that I got. The first brush that I got is the A3 brush. It's been so long since I've gotten makeup brushes. It's been over 2 years. So I'm so happy to be getting new brushes. So the other brush that I got is A13. So most of these brushes, you could see they're not very fluffy. So these are going to be for packing on the color and giving a little blend. The next brush that I got is A4. I saw how she used this brush. I mean, all of them. When she used all of them, I'm like, yes, I need all of them. And then the last one that I got is A27. This is actually the first brushes that I buy from Anastasia. I only buy their eyebrow products and palettes. I've never bought a brush, so I'm super excited to try them. I have not tried them, but from what I've seen when she created the look, I know I'm gonna love them. I know, I just know. Let me know if you have tried these brushes before, if you like them, which ones are your favorites, because I think this just started my own collection. I'm definitely gonna be getting more brushes for sure. Thank you guys for checking out this episode, and thank you so much for the new subscribers. You guys are so awesome in hitting the subscribe and just showing the support. We're trying to hit to 500 subscribers, 500 beautiful people, and we are on our way there. So make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned for more episodes because we have more topics, more guests coming up. So stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Thank you guys. See you on the next one. Don't forget to hit subscribe, share, comment, like. Do all that fun jazz. Please and thank you. Okay, now, bye.